guys are enjoying the fact that it is Friday. So welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am at Simply Cindy. I have challenged myself to do lives for 30 days. I will be doing it Monday through Friday. So this is my fifth day, and I think it's going pretty well. I want to thank everybody that's been sticking with me, that's been coming every day, uh, doing tarot and doing astrology. Um, and for liking and sharing and subscribing. I appreciate you. This is going to be just a free Friday. We talked a lot about what was going on in the stars this week. We talked a lot about where we're going this next couple weeks, months, 2 years. I am going to do a tarot card for each sign um, for the horoscopes today. And then we'll move on to, I did want to look at the aspect of how you might be feeling today because Pluto's uh talking again. It's Pluto's always talking, but he's like having some conversations with Neptune and having a conversation with the sun. And he's having a conversation with what was it? Oh, the moon. I was looking at today's chart. So with I'm always a little leery of when Pluto starts to basically open his mouth and start talking. So anyway, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I'm at Simply Cindy. I am a medium. I have a lot of modalities that I do, but I'm a medium first. I was born that way. Know nothing else but being a medium. Being a medium, I thought everybody did what I did when I was a child. Didn't know there was a difference. Anyway, so throughout the years, I love science. I use that to try to figure out how we do this stuff, why we do this stuff, that we have this stuff. So that's just a little bit about me. I know that there's a lot of new people that are joining and don't know much about me. There are plenty of you that have been here for a long time. Um, so you kind of know. So I kind of have to say my story every now and then. Not the whole story, but every now and then just to kind of get people an idea about who they're looking at and like, is she really crazy? No, really not. I'm really grounded. So today's March 15th. Let me explain when I do tarot because we haven't done tarot in a long time. I used to do tarot back on this channel and my other channel. We used to do it daily. We used to have a daily tarot. And so everybody kind of got used to the way that I do it. And that is this, what I'm telling you, what cards I'm pulling, what I'm channeling, that's the energies for that time, that day. But in my perspective, my perception, energy doesn't stop and start. Energy can keep going. So I could be talking, and it depends on each choice that everybody makes. Your timeline can be a little different, so it can be a little off. It can be like I could be talking about your yesterday. I could be talking about your two days later. So don't get so um, boxed in by the fact that I say it's today energy. Okay, that's just what I'm picking up, and then things could sort of play out or have already played out for you. Does that make sense to you guys? People that used to watch me are used to that with me, but I have a lot of newer people that are coming on, and so that's kind of how I am. It's a little bit more open. Today's energy. The reason I want to talk about today and this weekend with astrology is because Pluto is starting his stuff. He's he's having conversation, and you guys know. Well, if you don't know, Pluto's really heavy in my chart. Pluto's really prominent. Sorry about that. Pluto's really prominent in my chart. So, I kind of watch out for Pluto. I kind of look at Pluto. That's why I'm doing the Pluto series. Pluto has to do with traumas, with past lives, present lives, future lives. For those of you that don't know, I am a hypnotherapist. I do past life, future life, present life sessions for people, with people. That means I put you under. I've seen other, and this is not downing anybody else, but I've seen other psychics or mediums or whatever, spiritual people, I guess is what you could say, that will actually do the reading for you. That's not what I do. I put you under, and then I connect you to your higher self. I connect you to more than just this world and just this body, right? Um, and then um, you can go to a future life, a past life, and even a present, right? So, um, where was I going with that? Oops, sorry. Uh, these tarot cards are really slippery. I think I was just letting you know that's what I do. I forgot where I was going with that, but anyway, um, oh yeah, with Pluto. So Pluto has to do with past lives, future lives, and so there's a lot of trauma that we carry, and so, um, and it takes lifetimes to get through this trauma, but that doesn't mean that you can't heal your trauma or let go of the baggage in this lifetime. Because you could have lived another 200 lives trying to figure this out or trying to get through this, and then you come to this lifetime and you finally release it and let it go. Anyway, I'm trying to do my part for that, because I know Pluto is so destructive or can be really destructive. He doesn't do it to because he's mean. He just does it because that's who he is. You're trying to figure out, you are, we all do, and this has been proven by science now, you carry 14 generations of DNA. So you're carrying your great, 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 great grandparents' DNA. They did not have easy lives. They had harsh lives. I don't know if you guys realize that they did have harsh lives. They had, things weren't, they didn't often have the medicine. Things weren't easy. They didn't have ACs. They didn't have cars. They didn't have, things like that. They've been through some harshness, and that is all imprinted in your DNA. And so when you come in this life, and you're dealing with the Pluto, you're not only dealing with your own past lives, but what's in your DNA, you're trying to transmute, you're trying to let go of that. So that's why I'm doing the Pluto series, because we have 20 years of where Pluto just went into Aquarius. So to help you get through this a little smoother, um, to help you get through this a little smoother, that's why I'm doing it. So with today's energy, Pluto is right here. So Pluto is trining the moon. So it's a strong trine, right? And the moon, it has to deal with our emotion, our perception, the way that we receive and take in things and then make our judgment about it, right? And so with Pluto there, Pluto just wants to talk about your trauma. Pluto just wants you to release that trauma, to get through that trauma. So when he's talking to the moon and it's in Gemini, right? Gemini doesn't like to slow down. Gemini overthinks. Gemini, or can overthink. Gemini likes to communicate, right? But when I'm looking at this, Pluto's already had this conversation with the moon. And now Pluto's like looking at the moon and saying, hey, you're over there in that space that we talked about. It's time to look at this thing. So you could have something come up emotionally, because he's talking, and this is different areas of life for different people, right? So there could be some, in the last couple of days, if you've been watching me, I was like, let's get in the dreamy, let's create. If you have to watch yesterday's, and we talked about moving into the new house because we're going to the North Node. But today, where yesterday, the day before, you could have been really creative and really getting an understanding and putting in the steps and really like trying to manifest, or not even trying to manifest, but just sort of understanding better about the direction that you want to head in. Today could feel a little different, where something comes up where it's almost like your ego's talking to you, and it's like, yeah, but are you really going to do that? Yeah, but are you strong enough to do that? Yeah, but if you don't do that, you're going to have to work. You've already worked really hard and you see you haven't gotten very far. I mean, it's like that sort of thing that could be coming up for you, because it's your emotions and it has to do with the processing. and it's Pluto, which is going to show you your fear. Okay. But he's not only talking to the moon, he's talking over here, he's sextiling and talking to the sun, and he's talking to Neptune, right? And so that's where that whole, yeah, you can dream it, but are you really going to do it? Or do I have to take this thing away so that you can basically start moving? Are you going to sit there? We can use a scenario of, moving into the new house where I said yesterday, think of us at this time period of just packing up, deciding what we're going to pack up to move into the new house, right? And he could be saying, well, are you just going to sit there and dream? This is Pluto talking to Neptune and the sun. You see what you need to take and you see what you don't, but you're stuck in the freeze. Like, are you going to actually do it, or are you just going to think about it? That's kind of Pluto saying stuff to, could be talking, it could be what you're feeling is like, yeah, I can sort of see where I want to go, but do I have the gumption, or do I believe in myself enough? Or like there's some self-doubt that's going to be coming with this Pluto thing today. Okay. And it is going to bear on your emotions because it's the moon as well. Okay. There is, look at this. There is this trine, but these are just points. So that's not for everybody, right? But if you look here, here's the trine. It's a strong moon trine, right? Um, and here it's where it's talking to me, a sextile is an opportunity. So it's basically Pluto saying, okay, he could be saying, and he's talking to all of us, but he could be saying, hey, now that you're getting a little bit more clarity with the sun and Neptune, now that you're understanding a little bit better where you want to go, are you going to take the steps and be responsible? That's Saturn, and understand that you are worth it and have some boundaries with people and things and situations and not allow these things to happen to you anymore. That's Venus, right? Or am I, Pluto, going to have to do it for you? And remember, Pluto just wants to talk about your trauma and just wants to help you transform. So that could be going on today. That could be happening where you're feeling like, okay, I got a better handle of where I want to go, but I'm feeling a little frightened, a little doubt, a little, can I actually do it? What are my limitations? The steps that I have to take that I see taking, I don't really want to do that. Like, you could be feeling that stuff today. And that's going to be going on over the weekend because it's basically going to be talking. So there's something with us moving into this new space on April 8th, leaving this March 25th lunar eclipse, moving into the new space April 8th at the solar eclipse. But there's something here. Remember, I told you there's a wound here that we're going to have to deal with going through this space. And right now, Pluto's talking, like I said, they're always talking to us. They're always trying to help us. So the planets. So with Neptune here, you being creative is saying, oh, I do want that, and I do deserve that, and I do want to head in that direction. But you may get some self-doubt with Pluto. Okay, that's what could be going on. Now, let me do. So let me go a little bit deeper into where this could be happening for you. For those of you that are going to watch this later, Pluto's talking in Aquarius. So for Capricorn, this is your value. This is your value, right? And he's talking about your skills and redoing the skills. And are you putting in the work to redo the skills and not do it the way that you did before? But then he's talking over here to Gemini, right? So Gemini is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So how are you? I mean, he's going to call you on your BS, Pluto is. So he could be saying, how are you implementing that into your um, everyday life, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How are you going to implement what it is that you're trying to restructure with your new skills and your new opportunities, understanding your value? Like, are you going to still be doing for others more, or are you going to do for yourself? Are you going to take care of yourself? There's going to be some self-doubt. Well, in the past, that just causes you to work 3 times as hard and nobody appreciates you. That just self-doubt like that stuff could be coming up, right? Aquarius, Pluto's in your first house. So he's talking to you about your value. Just like he's talking to Capricorn about his value, he's talking to you about your value as well, right? But he's saying you're much more than you think you are. You kind of know, but you're not living life like that. Does that make sense? And the doubt's going to come over here where this is your second, third, fourth, and your fifth. Am I capable of creating the dream that I see in my head? Or is it just going to stay in my head? And Pluto's like, well, it always stays in your head. You just kind of leave it there. You'd rather dream it than actually see it. Like, it's going to cause some self-doubt. It's going to talk to you. So, and he could get like, depending on how you hear him, he could be like, well, if you don't make the action, you don't move it, then I'm going to move it. I'm going to move some steps in your life so that this thing comes about. That's what he's going to say to all of us. If you don't take the action because you are aware of where you want to go, you may not know how you're going to get there, but you're aware that you got to take some responsibility and some action, right? But if you don't do it, I'm going to do it because that's your path. That's your destiny, right? That's your destiny. That's your North Node, right? And then Pisces, Pluto's talking in your 12th house, so you can't really see it, understand it, don't know that it's coming, unless you kind of go into that space. Because you're Pisces, you can kind of go into that space, implementing, whether it's meditation or hypnosis or whatever, trying to figure out what Pluto is saying. Pluto is telling you, in this first house, right? He's talking to you. He's giving you the opportunity to take the steps that you already know you should be taking, right? So that's your first, second, third, and your fourth, right? It's like he's going to cause some self-doubt about, you say that you understand that just because you come from this lineage or you come from these parents or you come from this culture, you say you understand that that's not who you are, that you're redefining yourself, that you can do more, that you can be more, that you can transmute, the whole 14 generation thing that I talked about. That he's saying, you say that you can do this, but are you actually doing this? Are you going to take the steps? Are you taking better care of yourself? Are you putting boundaries where you need to? Are you bringing down the things that you want, making the life that you want, not letting it make it for you? Like, are you doing that? That's what he could be telling Pisces, right? He's going to cause self-doubt in us for the weekend, for today and the weekend. I told you, Pluto does not play. And not other astrologers may not be talking about this, but I watch Pluto. Pluto is heavy in my chart, right? Pluto has taken away so many things, and it's a lot of trauma. So I don't play with Pluto. Okay, so then, in Aries, he could be, because you have this big movement. We're moving into this start of this new phase. We're moving into the start of this eclipse series. We're moving into the start of the new year, the equinox, right? So he's saying, because Pluto is in your 11th with your groups, are you being valid with your groups? Do you want to stay in those systems? But he's talking to the moon, which is in your third house with your skills, Aries. Are you putting in the work to redefine your skills? Are you trying to figure out, you've already figured out, are you doing the work with your skills and understanding who you are, how you want to work this? Yeah, how you want to work this, and the types of people that you want around you, right? But today and this weekend, there could be some self-doubt. It's like, you already know this. Why aren't you doing it, Aries? You already know this. You know that we're going into this space. You know this is really, really important for you. And you know that you have to do these things to get what you want, yet you're trying to like, you could do better. It's kind of what it's saying. You could do better. You could think about it more. You could do better. That's how he's going to be like causing self-doubt with Aries, right? And then with Taurus, same thing, right? Same thing. He's going to be causing doubt with all of us. With Taurus, you have Jupiter and you have Uranus. So you got a lot of good things coming right now. But he could say, that's Pluto. Pluto could say, but are you worth it? Do you deserve it? Did you do enough? You were rotten to some people. You know, it's like the self doubt that he's going to be playing. He's going to be putting, right? But you could have done it better. But you could have, he's going to be doing that over this weekend. Okay. And then Cancer, same thing. This is going on in your 12th. So you're not going to see it, but you're going to sense it. Am I really connecting? Do I know what I want to do? Am I seeing it clearly? Should I be responding more? Because that's your 12th house. You want to isolate, you want to get away, but Pluto's like, you know, but do you deserve that? Right. And so, and then Leah's the same thing. It'll be he's talking to your 11th house from your 10th, ninth, 8th. Yeah. 10th, ninth, 8th, 7th. Right. So, Leo, your relationships from your 11th, you know, um, are you doing them right? Do you deserve another one, another relationship? You've messed up so many. Are you responsible enough to have that? You kind of know where you want to go, but are you doing the right thing by yourself? Or are you just full of it? I mean, he's going to play on your ego, Leo. That's what he's going to do. He's going to play on all our egos. And then Virgo, same thing, right? So he's talking from this is your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, your sixth house, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, right? So your sixth house to your 10th house. What are you doing, Virgo? Are you doing enough? He's really going to mess with you, Virgo. Like I can feel that because myself know. Are you doing enough? Are you organized enough or are you pretending like you don't see it? Because I think you see it. And if you don't see it, I can help you see it. The actions that you want to take, the talks that you need to have with people, the risks that you need to take, right? Like he could be talking because he can say, because people, this is your 10th house, because people see you in this way, but they see you in this way because you only do this, because you haven't taken the risk, because you show them only this, because you ignore blah, blah, blah. Like he could be really talking to you about that stuff, right? And then Libra, same thing. So this will be in your 1, 2, 3, 4, your fifth house of creativity, 6, 7, 8, 9. Your belief system. Do I believe in myself enough? Am I capable of doing what I kind of envision to do right here? What I kind of want to create, but am I enough? Can I actually do it or am I full of it? Right. And then Scorpio, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's talking from your fourth house, 5, 6, 7, 8, to the commitments. Like, I come from this. The commitments that I have, the contracts that I have, the relationships that I have that are really committed with these contracts. Am I doing right by them? And are they doing right by me? Are they fairly doing right by me? Like, is it fair or am I doing more? And Pluto's probably saying, you're doing more, you're getting taken advantage of. I don't know why you keep doing it. I don't know why you don't put your foot down. I don't know why. Like, it's not like you don't have the ego for it. It's not like you don't know how to tell people. So I don't know why it's different when you love people. Like that could be happening. Sagittarius, same thing. 1, 2, 3. This is your third house. So these are your skills. He's really going to be messing with you. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. He's like saying, are you capable of, do you have the skills to be able to have the deep relationships that you want, that you've envisioned? Or are you just more of a surface? I'm here, I'm there, I'm gone, I'm whatever, right? That could be happening to you. And that is all 12 signs. So let me pull a card for every sign. And then I'm going to get going because I just can't connect with other people that are on here. They can't look like somebody was able to say hi, but then that was kind of it. So let me pull a card for each sign. Let's see, Capricorn, you have the Five of Wands. So with the Five of Wands, Capricorn, you see that? Five of Wands, it looks like you are going to stand up and fight for something that today that energy could come up. It could come up this weekend that you need to stand up and take a stand about keeping your peace, about what you actually want, about people going over your boundaries. You've worked for 16 years on this, but this is actually implementing this. So this is something that's coming up. I think it might be work where they're trying to overwork you and not give you enough accolades, praise, money, whatever this is. So just know that you will have to stand up. Um, Aquarius, this is Eight of Pentacles. It looks like you are working diligently on this thing. Whatever this thing is going to make you, and I know Aqua, you haven't had that in a long time, but this is going to make you some money. This is going to like grow into something bigger, the thing that you're seeing. Okay, so looks like today and this weekend, you'll be diligently working on that project that you have kind of had in your head, but you've actually brought it down into the physical. You're starting to bring it down into the physical. And then Pisces, looks like you have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups for you, Pisces, that's an offering to me, an offering that you're going to like, an offering that gets you sort of in your emotions. For some of you, I don't know why, but I do see a date, like an actual date. Somebody's going on a date. But that's kind of my area isn't like I don't focus on actual love, not actual love, but I don't focus on the dating part of love. I focus on the deeper love. Um, so just know that that's the start of something. You're getting an opportunity. This is also an opportunity of something that you have been sort of, it's not actually wanting, but sort of looking at and thinking maybe you wanted this, and that kind of comes through. Um, the King of Cups is for Aries. So good for you, Aries. It looks like you'll be in your feels as well. It looks like you also, Aries, I feel like you want to do something for someone and they receive it really, really well. And this is why you're getting the Queen of Cups or the King of Cups. I feel like you get not just that, but you also get to this understanding of not being so, whatever this thing was that upset you before, you kind of come to this understanding and balance it and feel better about it. So something happens where you feel better about it, if that makes any sense. Taurus, it looks like you're finally walking away from something. You have the Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from this, whatever this is. I feel like for a lot of you, it was a job or a position, or you were trying to figure out which position to do, or the way that you wanted to handle your family and your significant other. I feel like you finally have decided and you're walking away from that chaos. So I feel like you come to terms with something. Okay. Gemini, you got a present coming. So you have the Star. So you have a present coming. I feel like there's a lot of self-doubt here, but I feel like you need to get your brain out of the loop of thinking that everything bad comes to you. Da, 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 da. Like you gotta like calm down. But I think this present will help. I think this gift of something will help. It may not be a huge gift. For some of you, it could be that position or that thing, but it's coming later than you thought it was going to come. Cancer, you have the devil card. So I do feel like um, you're going to be having a good time this weekend. I feel like you're really enjoying yourself and your family. Whatever this devil card is, it's like this thing that you've been really wanting. And but you hadn't allowed yourself to do it because you've been working so hard and trying to do so many things and trying to be so many things to people, and you're finally like getting into that space that you kind of look after you and enjoy yourself, right? And this is like a guilty pleasure, whatever this is, or you're taking it as a guilty pleasure. It may not be a guilty pleasure, but you're taking it that way because you're actually stepping into you and doing what you want. Leo. So you have the Five of Cups, Leo. Did you get this the other day too? So you're still in sort of the mood of looking at. No, that wasn't you. So Leo, it looks like today and this weekend, it could be because that Pluto, whatever was going on, or is going to be going on, it's like causing you to look at the things that you don't have, almost like licking your wounds again. Okay, I did this and this happened and I failed and da da da. And you're looking at the things that you don't need to look at. You've already seen them. You don't need to like sit in the fact that you lost this or that you didn't do it right. You have to look at these cups. You have to look at the one standing up, at what you have and how to enjoy that and how to make that fruitful and how to make that better, right? Not what I didn't do, but what I am doing now. Okay. Um, Virgo, you have the strength card. So I feel like you really, really have to come to terms and pull from within you to like say the things that you need to say. Let me say this, Virgo, because y'all are stubborn. I don't know if people know that you can get really stubborn. And if you know what you're supposed to do, have been ignoring it, then you say, well, I guess I'm going to do it. I've gotten away with it for so long. I just kind of keep ignoring it until whatever comes up I have to deal with, right? I can see where some of y'all are going to be so stubborn that you're actually not going to do it. And then it's going to blow up in your face when we go into this, yeah, into this eclipse series and then this Pluto thing going on. Yeah, that could like really happen to you guys. So I would, I mean, you got to do you, but just know that normally if you can get away with not looking at it and then just a little bit blows up and then you kind of handle your business whenever it comes up, this is going to be way bigger. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be way bigger. Okay. Take that for what it is. Okay, Libra. Libra, it looks like you're in a good mood. It looks like good things are happening for you emotionally. It looks like some people are around you, that's family and friends, that are really loving you and really appreciating you. And it looks like you're going to have a good weekend, good energy emotionally. Okay, you're like fulfilled. Okay. And Scorpio, Scorpio, you have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups tells me that you do celebrate. Something good comes to either today or this weekend. Something good happens. Something you're gifted something. Somebody gives you something. Something where this puts you in a celebratory mood. It's a little celebration. It's not a big celebration, but you appreciate whatever this is. Okay, just know that that's happening for you. And then Sagittarius, you have the Death card. So you looks like something happens this weekend or today or this weekend where you actually see the change in something that you've been like working on, that of maybe it's more money, maybe it's the job, maybe it's the relationship goes in a different direction. It's a good thing, whatever this is. It's just transformative because you've been working on stuff, but stuff hasn't really been coming through. And it looks like to this weekend, could be Monday, but today to this weekend to Monday, I feel like something changes. I almost feel like like, have you seen those doors where they can just go like that? That's what I feel like. I feel like the door just flips. and the opportunity, it like changes. It's good. Okay. So 3, 6, 9, 12. It looks like all 12 of them. So I apologize, everybody. I thought that I was going to be able to do charts for people, but it looks like until this live thing gets fixed, I don't know what else to do. So have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.